Revelers, welcome back here to Revelbots.com, where we're going to be talking about a very interesting new action-adventure game from Hello Games that was released on August 12th of this year, and it's called No Man's Sky. Shari, our expert here in all things gaming, is going to tell us a little bit about it. So first off, Shari, what is this game about?
Well, basically, it's a universal simulator. You have a ship, which is broken when you get it,
Okay.
but you need to fix it and head out into the universe. Literally, head out into
To
the
look for
universe.
parts or...
You find parts on the planet you're on to fix the ship, but there's more things to collect. There's space dollars to be earned.
Okay.
And space stations to visit and interact with aliens. And then, of course, there's all the planets.
Okay, well, it's a big game universe. How many planets would you say are in this game to explore?
Well, the exact count escapes me right now, but I know there's just over 18 quintillion planets in the game.
Is that even a number, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every star you see in the sky is an actual star that you can travel to. If you have enough warp fuel to get there, assuming your hyperdrive works, you can go to that star and you can go to the planets around that star.
Very cool. I know there was a lot of talk about this game before it was released. What was all the fuss about?
Well, now, to keep this in perspective, the game is not made by one of the major studios.
Okay.
But it was hyped almost as if it was. So there was a lot of hype surrounding a lot of very high expectations for the game. People thought it was going to be the best thing ever. So when it was released, a lot of what was promised, or well, no, some of what was promised was scaled back. They had to make compromises to get the game out. That didn't sit well with some of the fans. Now, they're saying that you've got 18 quintillion plus planets to explore.
Yeah, it seems
It's
like
a huge game.
Might be time consuming, sure.
It's a huge game. There is content, there are things to do, there is a path to follow. So the game didn't live up to expectations, but I think it took a lot more flack than it should have.
Right. Well, so I'd assume maybe that you have the game and you've played it before?
Me? No.
No.
No. And yes, I do have my reasons. Now, while I say that it didn't deserve all the hate it's been getting, at the same time, from the content that I've looked at it, I've seen what's in the game, what was promised, what's not there, and frankly, the price for this game, which is available on Steam right now, is about $60.
Ooh, steep.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth that. I would pay half that perhaps for the current content. Now, I am keeping my eye on it because the potential is there. It's got a very firm base to build on. And the potential for the game to be truly spectacular is there if the developer doesn't give up on it or doesn't decide to take shortcuts or just sit back. Also, there was a promise made, another promise, that there would be no downloadable content that you have to pay for.
Okay.
That's something else I'm keeping an eye on.
Right.
So if the game gets built up a bit more, if I see more content show up in the future, if I see them really try to make good on everything that they promised, you know, throw in like maybe the potential of better ships, or maybe you can own more than one ship. You know, a co-op version of the game would be huge, but not really all that critical. But the more choice and the more content that they can get, then I think the game would start to be worth $60.
Paying for it, right? You got to justify the means.
Yeah.
Well, where can we get this game if we want to download it?
As I said, it is on Steam. It was also a release for PlayStation.
Okay.
But right now you can get it for PC. Now the PC version, the original port, if anyone heard like bad things about that, yes, there were problems. Not everyone experienced those problems, and most of them, about 70 to 90% of the problems have been patched, and they are promising future patches. So PC version, I think there are still a few optimization issues, but for the most part, it is a smooth experience.
Very good. Outspoken as usual. Professor, would you like to add anything to this about this game?
I'm still trying to process 18 quintillion?
Planets.
1/8
Plus.
quintillion plus.
Plus planets.
You know, if you had said 18 planets, I would have called you a filthy liar. But 18 quintillion, that's...
It's
I
a
would say,
huge number.
yeah.
I've actually forgotten how many numbers are in it.
Let's just say it's a lot.
So it
It's
is
a lot of
lot.
planets, more than we'll ever be able to conquer in our lifetime, for sure.
Right. I'm
But-
still trying to conquer this one.
Yeah, I understood. And I've asked, Earth is not one of the 18...
Well, no one's discovered Earth yet, so
Oh.
who knows?
it could be out there
I-
somewhere.
I don't think it's in this galaxy. I don't think it's one the Revelbots have been to before either. They don't seem familiar. So,
No, I certainly haven't. Well, are there any other games that you're excited about that you want to talk about briefly?
well, there is one game that I've been looking forward to for a very long time, and that is called Obduction. And yes, it's Obduction, not abduction.
There's a distinct difference.
Yes. Well, for anyone who remembers the game Myst, very famous puzzle game. At the time, it was groundbreaking. There had never been anything like it. It was huge. Game changing, you might say. Well, the people who made that are back,
Okay.
and now they've made Obduction. And it is spectacular. Basically, I know how I'm going to be spending my weekend. So, I won't say much about it. There will be an article on our website later about it. But it has been a long time coming, and the fans have been waiting. There was a Kickstarter that popped up a couple years ago on the 20th anniversary, actually, of Myst.
Okay.
And it has finally become a reality. And it is also available on Steam. And this one's only $30.
That's a little more doable on my budget.
But it looks
Space bucks
so
are hard to come by.
far, so far it's spectacular, and it's just as frustrating with the puzzles as the original. So anyone who likes puzzle games and putting on their thinking caps and trying to figure things out, and it's a lot of eye candy. It's very pretty.
The professor was just telling me about a puzzle game that he just discovered called Tetris. So it's, I'm pretty interested in checking that out. He said he found something called a Game Boy that he wanted to show me, and
Top of the line.
Top of the line, yeah. It sounds like something I'd like to play. So maybe it's along the lines of that. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of our gaming section. But tune into our website to check out Shari's article, and we'll see you next time here where we review another great game. So there goes my pad for the professor, and for Shari G, I'm Dr. Rips. Bing, bing.